Hello everyone, Leonardo Mora, recording Aeterna in 10 episodes. This episode is number 7, and you can Google me or Bing me, tell me all about Leonardo Mora, and it will give you a nice summary. Google is not that good, Bing is kind of better. So just go there and find about me. All right, so episode 7 of Aeterna. Aeterna is our monumental project to lift humanity into the next level. Right, so Aeterna is the name of our project and kind of the branding and everything. And Aeterna means love with no beginning and no end, so it is infinite. You can see on the websites the logo and how it is designed. So, all right, so let's get into it. Episode 7: Civilization level thinking. Learning to think beyond the individual. A human being naturally thinks about personal life, family, career, money, health, relationships, goals. These are important. But civilization operates at another scale. A civilization must think about decades, centuries, generations, infrastructure, resources, knowledge, energy, environment, space, the survival of institutions, the development of children not yet born. This creates a profound cognitive challenge. Humans live short lives. Civilization must think long lives. The time horizon problem. Imagine two people making decisions. One thinks about tomorrow, the other thinks about 100 years from now. Neither is automatically wiser, but civilization needs both. The immediate horizon handles survival, the long horizon handles continuity. A Type 1 civilization must learn to combine them. A decision that produces immediate benefits but destroys future capability may be disastrous, kind of what's always happening. A decision that sacrifices everything today for an uncertain future may also be foolish, kind of what happens today. Civilization level thinking means understanding the relationship between both. Systems thinking. All right. That's my area. I'm a systems engineer. Civilization is not a collection of independent parts. Change one component and others respond. Increase energy production and manufacturing may expand. Increase computing and energy demand may rise. Improve education and scientific productivity may increase. Increase AI capability and labor markets may change. Expand space infrastructure and energy requirements may change. Everything interacts. This is why civilization requires systems thinking. Instead of asking, is this technology good? We should ask, what happens when this technology interacts with everything else? That's systems thinking. Second and third order effects. The first consequence is often obvious, the second is harder. The third may be invisible. Suppose AI makes education dramatically cheaper. First order effect. More people can learn. Second order effect. More people becomes capable of advanced work. Third order effect. Entire industries change. Fourth order effect. Political and economic structures may change. Technology therefore cannot be evaluated only on the immediate benefit. Civilization must learn to ask, then what? After that, then what? After that, then what? This is civilizational level thinking. That's not that very hard, right? Then what's going to happen? And that brings me back to risk analysis. Is for every decision you're going to do is what's going to happen. I mean, what can happen? The planetary perspective. For most of human history, people identify primarily with local communities. Today, billions of people can communicate across continents. The planetary perspective is emerging. Earth can now be viewed as one interconnected ecological, technological, and economic system. That does not eliminate national identities, but it adds another identity: humanity. This may become increasingly important as civilization approaches Type 1. A planetary civilization does not require eliminating cultural diversity. It requires recognizing shared dependencies. Civilization as a long experiment. Perhaps humanity should think of civilization as an experiment. We test institutions, we test economic systems, we test technologies. We observe consequences. We adapt, we improve. This mindset is powerful because it replaces technology certainty with learning. No institution should be considered permanently perfect. No technology should be considered automatically beneficial. No ideology should be immune from examination. Civilization must remain capable of correction. The role of failure. This is very important. A civilization cannot tolerate small failures, may eventually experience enormous ones. Again, a civilization that cannot tolerate small failures may eventually experience enormous ones. Experimentation requires failure. Science requires failed hypotheses. Engineering requires failed prototypes. Education requires mistakes. Innovation requires uncertainty. The goal is not eliminating failure. It is creating systems where failure is contained, informative, and recoverable. That principle could become essential for civilization scale technology. Civilization needs memory. Long-term civilization also requires institutional memory. Humans forget, generations disappear, experiences vanishes. A civilization must therefore preserve knowledge: libraries, scientific archives, cultural records, digital systems, historical documentation. This perhaps eventually AI systems capable of preserving and connecting enormous quantities of civilization accumulated knowledge. The future civilization may possess something unprecedented: a memory system larger than any individual human could comprehend. But again, memory is not wisdom. A civilization can remember everything and understand nothing. Civilization needs a purpose. A civilization can become extremely efficient and still lose its direction. Efficiency answers, how can we do this better? Purpose answers, why are we doing this? Aeterna therefore places purpose at the center of civilization level thinking. Technology should serve human flourishing. Energy should expand possibility. AI should amplify intelligence. Education should develop human capability. Space should expand knowledge and resilience. Governance should preserve freedom and cooperation. Science should expand understanding. The system needs direction. The civilization mind. Imagine millions of institutions connected by information: scientists, universities, companies, governments, citizens, AI systems, robotic infrastructure, space stations, energy networks. Together they create something resembling a collective intelligence, not one giant brain, rather a network of brains. The challenge is preventing that network from becoming chaotic. The answer may be shared principles: evidence, transparency, human rights, scientific integrity, freedom of inquiry, long-term responsibility. These become the operating principles of a civilization. The ultimate shift. Civilization level thinking requires humans to stop asking only what is good for me, and increasingly ask what is good for the system that allows all of us to exist. Yeah, get out of yourselves and think about others, and like in groups, like all of us. That does not mean sacrificing individuals, quite the opposite. A healthier civilization should create conditions where all individuals can flourish. The individual and civilization are not enemies. They are nested systems. A strong civilization protects their people, especially the weakest. Strong people strengthen civilization. Their relationship becomes increasingly important as technological power grows. Because one civilization controls planetary scale systems, decisions can no longer be made casually. They require governance, and that brings us to episode 8, governance. Thank you so much. So our website is gawkc.com, GAWKC.com. These episodes are in a book, so if you want to reread and check and kind of have the material on your computer, you can search for it. It's Aeterna. There are 2 books, and available under the crossoverbookshelf.com. That's the second side. So the first side is philosophical, the second side is more practical, and we're the large majority of books we have. See you on the next episode, number 8. Thank you.